Hello and welcome to Coffee with Carey. Thank you for stopping by today. Glad you could be a part of the conversation about confidence. Confidence in dating. What does it take to be confident on a first date? And if you can't actually be confident, what can you emulate to fake it till you make it? What are the things that are going to allow you to be your best self, focus on this person, and not be in your own head going through a list of things that did I think about this? How am I coming off? What is it that's going to make you appear most confident? Lots of things that you can do ahead of time, some things that you can do during the date. I got a list of 10, so I hope you'll stick around. If you're new here, I'm Carey. I'm a matchmaker, a dating coach. This channel, all conversations about dating and relating. So if that's at all interesting, come back again soon. Let's talk about confidence because that's what's on the agenda. Just 10 tips to help you build confidence so that you can be or seem confident when you're out there meeting another person. And number one, these are in no particular order, would be dressing for dating success. So we've talked about what to wear before, and my go-to uniform is what I would always wear. If you don't have one of those, I encourage you to get one, try stuff on, have a friend tell you what looks great on you, what's your color, what makes you feel fantastic and makes you feel confident, because that really is what confidence is. It's not a magical thing, it's how you feel. If you can just go in and be yourself, if you have on an outfit or you're wearing something that prevents you from being able to focus elsewhere other than internally or externally, in this case, that's going to be key. So make sure you're wearing something that is no fuss, no muss. You're not going to be thinking about it, messing with it. If it's comfortable, it's flattering, and it reflects your personality in some way that you don't feel you're an imposter wearing it, you're on the right track. Number two, I would suggest that you practice positive self-talk. Too many people saying mean things to themselves these days. And I think that if you can get in the habit of, oh, this looks really nice on me, or I feel really good, or you're going to have a great time tonight, or she seems great, I bet this is going to be a lot of fun. That type of conversation, as opposed to self-doubt being occupying your mind, if you can stop those when they rear their ugly heads and instead focus on something more positive so that you're in that confident mind space and pushing aside anything else that wants to take you off track. I think that's a great idea. You don't have to do positive affirmations, I'm good enough, I'm a great guy, or I'm a wonderful woman, somebody will be lucky to have me. You don't have to do that in the mirror if you don't want to, but to not do the opposite is certainly a requirement to building real self-confidence. It's a vital step in the fake it till you make it scenario. You can't be talking crap to yourself and go out and feel confident. It just doesn't work that way. So you must focus on your strengths, your achievements, your great qualities, and remind yourself that you're an awesome person and you are worthy of a really great relationship and finding somebody who's going to treat you great and love you the way you will love them. Number three is to be prepared, whatever that means to you. And I had a client who always liked to go to the place ahead of time. He wanted to scope it out, know where he was going to park so that wasn't frustrating or going to take longer and make him late and then make him all flustered. He wanted to know where he preferred to sit, kind of get a vibe for the room, maybe know where the men's room was and the ladies' room should she need directions. So he would always do a quick drive-by of the place during the week before the date came up on the weekend. Also, refreshing yourself perhaps on some of my conversation videos, some great conversation starters maybe, remembering for sure my little segue of how to change the subject should you get off track. That little topic, I'll link to that episode right here, but a way to get things back should somebody be going down a negative lane, so you can focus more on sharing some fun stories and figuring out whether you enjoy this person's company. You're not going to if they're going to spend the whole evening complaining about a horrible day they had at work. So we've got tricks and tools for how to avoid that, and you should know those. And also you should know some great stories that you're ready to talk about and ready to share with that person, ready to do a presentation or You know what I'm saying. It's not a real presentation, but it's a story you've told before and you know it goes over well. It's great to have those handy and know that you can be entertaining and share something that's an amusing anecdote at any given time because you've practiced them before if you haven't told them before. Being prepared and maybe even a little bit practiced will help you feel more in control and therefore more confident. So that's why that's number 3. Number 4, we will hit it hard one more time. Stay present in the given moment. Stay in the moment, focused, grounded. Present is the word I guess I want to keep stressing. I want you to not be thinking back to, I should have done this before I left the house, or not thinking about tomorrow or wondering if this person likes you. What will I possibly plan for a second date? This one's so great. Just stay where you are because that's what's going to give you the best opportunity to get to know this person and figure out if you're enjoying their company. If you're somewhere else, how do you know if in this moment you're having fun? You're enjoying their company, therefore enjoying your own company. If there's a nice vibe going, you might miss it or not be present to experience if you allow your mind to be elsewhere. No overthinking allowed. Stay right here so that you can enjoy the experience you're having. Number 5 is smile and make eye contact because that allows the other person to visually recognize that you are engaged and that you are interested in paying attention. You're not letting your eyes wander all over the room or staring at the sometimes I've been to sports bars where somebody's just watching to the TV. They cannot avoid letting their eyes wander to a television or a loud party who's really sometimes obnoxious in places I've been. It's hard to stay present in the moment and really focused on this person, but making eye contact will let that person know that you are making that effort and you are interested in getting to know them. And those go a really long way in making a really great first impression. Number 6, I don't want to say be yourself. So what I will say instead is don't be someone else. This is not the time to try out, your suave routine or your sex kitten persona or your I'm so flirtatious or charming. Let me just go over the top with that to show you. This is an opportunity for you to bring your authentic self. And if the person likes your authentic self, there's no surprises later on. And they will know, and you will know rather, that they're not wasting their time seeing you again because you don't have to spring your real personality on them somewhere down the road. It's a waste of time to try to be something that you're not. So your best bet, whether it's a match or not, whether you want to see each other again or not, it's always in your best interest and also most efficient in not wasting time if you can truly not put on any type of persona on a first date and be true, be authentic, be yourself. Oh, I said it. Number 7 is listening actively listening. Listen actively. And it kind of goes with that focus we were talking about by making eye contact. It's hard to make eye contact and not be focused. But this is a little bit different in that not only are you interested in what this person is saying or sharing, but you're so engaged that you will be able to ask great follow-up questions. If somebody shares a little something that piques your interest, instead of just letting that go and moving on to something else or asking a random question or sharing something about yourself in that moment, you would learn a lot more by asking this person another question about what they said. Go a little deeper, go a little further, find out a little bit more. You're not a person who likes to spend your Sundays up at 6 a.m. and running races and, cycling this and that or working at the garden, whatever this person does. I always think it's funny when I have to make up examples of things and they're just so whack. Easy breezy, newspaper, coffee till noon, and this person is up and at 'em. No matter how charming and sweet they might be, you might, if those types of things start to pile up, it might be just too much because you're not going to change this person and they're not likely going to change you. So if it's truly an innate personality trait, I'm never going to be up at 6 o'clock on Sunday mornings. It hasn't happened to me in 60 years. It's not going to happen in the future. And that would be the wrong person for me, no matter how delightful they are. So asking that question about, oh, like, when do you ride your bicycle? And then they tell me Sunday mornings. Well, there you go. That would have been a great follow-up question on my part. This is number 8, and right before I started, after checking my note for the word posture, I checked in with myself to see if I had good posture, and I did. So I'm very happy because I don't typically have great posture, but I think it's really important that we bring our better posture the best we can on dates, because that is indicative of confidence. Somebody who's slumped, I do remember I had somebody go out, she said that the whole date he spent tipped back in his chair. He had his chair leaning back. I'm not going to tip because I'll fall and hit my head on the table behind me. And I think he had his arms crossed too. Ooh. Closed off, pulling even further away than usual, and she struggled to hear him because there was a little noise in the place. So pay attention to your posture, and sitting up straight is a sign of confidence. Shrumping down, if you've ever watched a body language person on YouTube, I do. It's important to know these things and be able to read people, and body language is one, but if somebody is turtling and their head's down, and it's not for me about whether they're telling the truth or not. It's more so about whether they're comfortable in a situation dating. And if you're upright in posture, that projects presence and confidence, and that's what you want on a date. So get into the habit when you're not dating so that will be your natural posture when you're on a date. That's my suggestion. I'm working on it. Number 9, I will share with you while I am not slouching, is to take good care of yourself personally. This is self-care. That's an overused phrase, I'm aware, but really what it's referring to is making sure you're not eating a bunch of crap all the time, that you're eating healthy, real food, that you're not staying up for no good reason, Carey. Finish getting done with work at 2 a.m. and then think, well, I could unwind for an hour. No, just go to bed. Just go to bed. You don't need to unwind anymore. You'll unwind and perhaps you'll even fall asleep. So getting good sleep, exercise, you're not procrastinating on the exercise, doing something that you know is good for you is always a great thing to do. Another way I know that we procrastinate, it doesn't have to be going to the gym. It could be going to the gym. It could be working out at home with a full, workout system at your place. But it could also just be, I've been known to do steps up onto my fireplace hearth, up, up, down, down, stretch out my calves, just do some light weight training for my arms so that I'm not wimpy in the rest of my 60s. And whatever is important to you, just to be doing something to take care of yourself gives you confidence, because mentally you know that you care for you and that you're worthy of somebody else caring for you. If you care about yourself, it sets a good example. And also all of those things really add to energy, and energy is very attractive. So having a positive, upbeat, well-rested, well-fed energy is going to work in your favor. And number 10 is to learn from your experiences. Nothing wrong with a bad date if you walk away having learned something you want to do differently, or understanding where it went off track, if it was your fault, or if it went off track because somebody else was doing something and you didn't have a way to get it back on track. If it doesn't work out, don't be discouraged by rejection. You're not everybody's cup of coffee, and that's perfectly all right. Not everybody's going to like you, and that's cool, because you don't like everyone you meet either. So that's just natural, and you can't let it get to you. Rejection should slide right off your back, because that's just part of life. We're not for everyone. And the sooner you wrap your head around that, the easier life is. If you're a people pleaser trying to bend yourself into all kinds of shapes, getting everybody to like you, you're not going to even end up with somebody who is for you and would be a natural, easy person for you to be with. So this goes back to just being authentic. Again, these are all intertwined, as you can see. But I'll just remind you that dating is a learning experience. And if you can look at it like that, it's not a waste of time, or it's not disappointing if you walked away and you learned something. It was like you went out and read a live book. So that was number 10. I hope you found those interesting and or helpful. If you did, then maybe you should listen to my mommy there, my little mama. She says that a thumbs up would be fantastic if you wouldn't mind. And then also, I'd suggest that perhaps you'd want to subscribe to the channel and hit that ring bell so you're notified every time a new episode goes live. I appreciate you stopping by today. I look forward to the next time. And until then, thanks and have a good one. Come on. Today, what am I talking about? I'm talking about confidence. Confidence.